So, Gemini have just released a new update for AI called Gemini Advanced 1.206. You can see the announcement right here. This is just from a few hours ago. Basically, they said Gemini Advanced users get priority access to our latest 2.0 experimental advanced model, Gemini Experimental 1.206. This model is designed to help you with more complex tasks, such as advanced challenges, solving maths problems, and reasoning and instruction. Now, I've paid for the tool. I'm going to show you some of the insane results I got with it today. Maybe not in the way you expect. Maybe not the good insane. We'll come through onto that later. And you can see if you want to select this, all you do is you scroll down inside Gemini. It is on the paid version, but I will show you how to get free access in a minute as well in multiple different ways. And if you're inside Gemini Advanced, you can go to 2.0 Experimental Advanced and preview Gemini Experimental 1.206, and then you can see that you get the options down here. Now, if you also want to get free access to this is advanced plan is paid on Gemini, then you can go to huggingface.co. I'll leave it inside the video links today. You can get that inside my free SEO course. And then if you go to Gemini, and then from here, Experimental 1.206, you can get free access to that. I'll be showing you how it works, etc. in a minute. And also, you can see on the chatbot LLM Arena, Gemini Experimental 1.206 is absolutely smashing it. So you can see here, if we compare this versus other models such as ChatGPT 4.0, Experimental 1.121, o1 Preview, o1 Mini, 1.5 Pro, etc. Basically, all the other models are behind Gemini Experimental on chatbot Arena. Additionally, there's some really interesting stuff that you can see right here. For example, like you can turn videos into code, you can recreate stuff in HTML that's in video format, etc. It's pretty groundbreaking on that perspective, but we'll be covering that in a second. I'll show you exactly what it is and some of the results so far. So I'm going to kick this off with some fails because I'll show you what it can't do. And I don't want to BS anyone here. I will show you some insane stuff, but insane not in the right way. So here's fail number one. And basically, I've recreated the same task inside ChatGPT as well to show you, okay, what's the difference? How do these different models react? So for example, we've got experimental 1.206 selected right here. And what I've said is cluster these keywords into pages that I want for my website. I've pasted in a sitemap right there with the raw URLs. Pretty simple stuff, right? Pretty standard. And you can see Gemini, the newest model from Gemini Experimental, has actually come back and given us clusters with invalid URL removed under each, right? And then it said this is a core topic for your website, and literally it doesn't give us any information, right? Whereas if we take exactly the same prompt and we run it through, say, ChatGPT 4.0, which is available for free, you can see what we should have got here, which is topical clusters with our competitor's sitemap right here, right? So it's grouped each of the keywords under each silo. For keyword clustering, Gemini Advanced doesn't seem to get it, but the fundamentals here are like, this is about as experimental as it gets because quite often you're not going to get the answer that you want, right? Here's another one. So we're going to go from here and we're going to go to Gemini Advanced again, Experimental, the new model. And I'm going to ask it like, who is Julian, Goldie, and see what it comes back with. And it's having a good think about that. It's really diving deep into the depths of its AI research. I don't have any information on this person. Whereas, for example, if we go onto Google, it's clear that Google knows who we are. And this is just using like a basic search engine, right? So the same, for example, in ChatGPT, if we type who is Julian Goldie, you can see we get the information back. Even for basic stuff like Gemini Advanced, it's insane in the fact that it doesn't know who anyone is, even if Google knows who they are, and just something to bear in mind there. The final thing that I want to show you in terms of the fails is if you go to Gemini over here and Experimental 1.206, and then we'll enable search, right? So we've clicked on enable search, and we'll say who's ranking for best SEO agency Oxford, and it just comes back with an error, right? It's just totally broken. So don't get your hopes up too much. Let me show you some cool stuff that you can do with it. So what we're going to do is go to aistudio.google.com. You can get free access to Gemini and the Experimental 1.206 version for free. You do not need to pay for this model. You get more advanced features inside here, right? So for example, if we click on plus and then we're going to upload a file, what I'm going to do is take a video of my sales presentation. So this is a presentation from my SEO agency's sales proposal deck. We're going to download that video, and then what's pretty cool here is you can upload that directly into Google AI Studio. the best way to use this is just have it a few seconds long. So nothing too long right there. That's going to take a while to extract the video, but you can see that basically what you can do here is you can actually upload video into experimental 1206, and then we can say, okay, recreate this slide deck as HTML. And then I'll put in my brand colors. We'll say something like, make it look amazing. Then we're going to hit run. And it's pretty fast actually in terms of responding on AI Studio. It's a lot faster than using it in Gemini Advanced. So we'll wait for that to load. And you can see as well, it actually starts writing and formatting all the code into like H2s, etc. Literally just from that video. So it's pretty good at recreating this. We'll see what the design looks like in a second. So I'm going to copy the code right here, copy that to clipboard. Then we're going to go into Live Weave. We'll just HTML preview it, as you can see, and we'll open this up. And the design is not amazing, but you can see here it's basically turned the whole presentation from the video into a landing page, right? Which is pretty cool. If you create a video, you can then turn that into a landing page and then just build out like an exact match domain in a couple of seconds. And it's super simple. By the way, if you want a free SEO strategy session, feel free to get that. You'll see this presentation on the call, and we'll walk you through exactly how everything works step by step. Another cool feature, this is using the new version of Gemini Voice. It's not using experimental 1206. So if we go in here and we click on access microphone, we can actually have a real-time conversation with the Gemini Voice as well. So can you teach me a bit of Thai, please, mate?
Sure, I can teach you some Thai. To start, would you like to learn some basic greetings or common phrases?
So you can see here, you can basically turn the Gemini voice chat completely for free into your own sort of tutor and then basically learn any skill, right? You've got like a coach. Even if you were learning something like how to sell, how to do SEO, any sort of skill that Gemini is going to know, it can actually teach you step by step. And then here's the other thing, super easy to replicate websites as well. So for example, if I take a screenshot of this website right here, we'll grab that. It's like almost like a free version of Bolt or that sort of thing. So if we go back to AI Studio over here, and then we're going to click on Create Prompt using Gemini Experimental 1206. And then from here, what we'll say is recreate this website, brand colors equals, and then I'll insert mine. I'm going to add some source context, and I'm going to say personalize it to this source context and make the design amazing, right? And then I'll just put just HTML, JS, and CSS. By the way, if you want all the video notes from today, link in the comments and description, just get my free SEO course. And all these prompts, plus 200 lessons with SOPs, templates, tips, tutorials, plus SEO tools, and a community of 2,400 SEOs are all waiting for you if you just click the link to the free course, link in the comments description. So now it's generating the code, and it's going to be very easy to preview this in a second. What's also interesting about this is if we scroll down here, you can actually see they've got Learn LM 1.5 Pro Experimental, which seems to be from Notebook LM. So I haven't tested that out. Maybe I'll do another video on the API for that too. But the fact that you get access to all these free models inside AI Studio, that is absolutely insane. Because for example, ChatGPT, Claude, all these other APIs are charging you, right? Whereas you can get access to all of this for free inside AI Studio. So if we go back here, we'll plug in the code. I think it's just giving us a HTML with everything built in, as you can see. And then we're going to go back here, we'll preview this. So let's see how it looks. And that is not looking too bad, to be honest with you. Let's just check this link works. So it is actually linking to my funnels. And we just built a website in the space of just a couple of seconds. Super easy. And it's so easy to emulate other websites, as you can see. And then you could easily launch that as an exact match domain. Try and rank for your keyword. It's got links to my funnels. You could add a pop-up in there. The design is not amazing. You could definitely improve the design and the font and everything else, but for a first attempt, that is pretty impressive, to be fair. And bear in mind, like other no-code tools, for example, Bolt, you have to pay for tokens. It's not unlimited, whereas inside AI Studio, you can do this for free. And then you just host the HTML. You can drag that into a Netlify project. And boom, shakalaka, you got a website ready to go like this. Now, if we go back to Gemini Advanced, what we can test out is whether it's good for creating content. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this up side by side with Claude. So I'm going to say exactly the same prompt in both and just see what the content comes out at and see how well it performs, right? So you can see here on Claude, you actually get really nice formatting in terms of how it's all formatted, the H2s, H3s, etc. And the headings are super nice, right? The way that it's written, the tonality, everything else is really good. If you go on to Gemini Advanced, what you can see here is it looks just mediocre and pales in comparison to Claude. right? So for writing content, keyword research, keyword clustering tasks, it's not particularly good, honestly. I think for coding tasks, it's probably the best. And then if we compare these side by side, it's just Claude does write superior content. If we compare experimental 1206 on, and bear in mind, this is a paid feature, so you have to pay for advanced inside Gemini Advanced, and the content comes out 60% AI detectable. You just wouldn't use that inside your website, right? Like, it's not that engaging. It feels a little bit generic and therefore spammy. Whereas if you look at the content inside Claude, it actually reads really nicely, right? Using exactly the same prompts and that sort of thing. So you can see how these different models are useful for different things. Now, if we go to Zero GPT, and then from here, we'll plug in the detectable text and just see, okay, how does Claude perform versus Gemini? Actually, they come out pretty much the same, but I definitely would say that Claude's content just reads much nicer. Now, here's some of the most impressive stuff that I think Gemini can do just in general. So if we go to stream real time, and this is only available with Gemini 2.0, again, you can get free access and you get the Flash experimental version right here. And then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to share my screen. Super simple and easy to do. You might have to allow the permissions in the top left. And then,
Okay, it sounds like you're explaining how to do something on a device. Is there anything else you need help
all
with?
right, just stop a minute there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to Google Search Console now. And I'm going to say, okay, based on this content, and this is a website built with auto blogging AI. So I've got loads of frameworks inside my free course if you want to get that link in the comments description based on what's working for us. But basically what I'm going to say to the AI is like, how can I use this for SEO? What sort of data would help me based on this page?
Okay, you're looking at Google Search Console data for a website that appears to be built with auto-blogging AI, and you're wondering what kind of data from this page can help with SEO. Is that right?
Yeah, that's it. Just give me the actionable stuff. Let's skip straight to the fluff.
Okay, focusing on actionable SEO insights from Google Search Console data, you can look at the queries driving the most clicks to identify high-performing keywords, which can inform content strategy. Would you like me to elaborate on this?
What would you recommend? What are some actionable ways that I can improve my SEO strategy based on this?
Okay, looking at those top queries, budget direct caravan insurance is driving a lot of clicks. So one action you could take is to create more content specifically around that topic to capture more organic traffic. Would you like to explore that further?
Yeah, could you give me some other keyword ideas based on that?
Sure. Based on budget direct caravan insurance, you could also explore keywords like cheap caravan insurance, affordable caravan insurance quotes, or compare caravan insurance prices. Would you like more ideas? Or should we move on?
All right, so I'll stop the recording there, but you can see how powerful this free AI model is and how useful it can be. Kind of like an assistant, but it's way more engaging, right? So normally maybe you use ChatGPT or use Claude to assist you, but I would say this takes things to a whole new level because now it can see what you're doing on screen and it can work side by side with you and you can interact with it through voice and everything else, right? And it just becomes a lot more engaging. And that's the way that I see workflows changing in the future. It's pretty wild. It's only a matter of time before, for example, Claude do this and ChatGPT can do this, and then before you know it, Gemini and everything else can also interact with your screen and start clicking buttons and stuff like that. So this is the worst it can ever be, and it's already useful and super actionable. Who knows what's going to happen next? That's probably the most impressive feature from all of this so far. So thanks so much for watching. You've seen exactly how to get free access to the new Gemini 1206 experimental version. I've also shown you some of the most insane veils and exactly what you shouldn't do with this AI, along with some really cool stuff. Now, additionally, I've turned all the prompts and everything else into the video notes today. And also I've included a step-by-step recipe on exactly how you can use this, different use cases, how to use it for advanced SEO insights. And what I've also done is given you some really actionable ways that you can use this step by step, the reasons why, plus how to do it in 4 simple steps, right? So you can see, for example, each of these methods right here is explained, many different use cases beyond the scope of this video. If you want to get access to all of this, what I'm going to do is I'll take the video notes from today and I'm going to plug those into my free SEO course, link in the comments. And this course is probably the most actionable SEO course out there because everything is based on case studies, experiments, tests that I personally run. And you'll find recipes and tutorials and prompts for every single part of the process, right? For example, keyword research, SEO link building, quality control, topical maps, SEO systems, niche research, how to make money, AI agents, everything is in there, right? It's completely free for you. Just want to help you. And if you want to get free access to the information from today, along with tons of other free AI SEO tools to help you rank #1, then feel free to get that link in the comments and description and you'll find the video notes right down here for Gemini 1206. Additionally, if you want to get a free one-to-one SEO strategy session, feel free to get that link in the comments and description. We'll show you how we take websites from 0 to 145,000 visitors a month and generate thousands of dollars in sales on autopilot on this free link building acceleration session. And bear in mind, like most consultants will charge you thousands of dollars for this, we're giving it away for free. You'll get a custom tailored link building plan so that you can generate more leads, sales, and profits from your website. You will discover a tried and tested and proven link building strategy, custom tailored to your website to help you get more leads and customers. You can ask our world-class SEO experts any questions you have. So if you're struggling with anything, just jump on the call. Feel free to ask anything you have. You'll learn the best link building strategy for your website, plus how to quickly outrank your competitors. So what we're going to do on that call is basically look at your competitors, figure out the gap, and give you a game plan to get there, right? And then finally, we'll show you exactly how to 10x your SEO traffic based on what's working for us and all the sites that we're working on. So feel free to get that link in the comments and description. Appreciate you watching. Bye-bye.